gonna go see Tyler the Creator in DC next week.
That's awesome.
The Chromacopia, the one where he's like dressed like I don't fucking know. I don't even know what he's dressed like. He's dressed like fucking Santa's black friend. I don't even know what the fuck his outfit is right now, but I'm going with my baby sister.
Yeah.
She's 13.
Nice.
It's gonna be an intense.
Wow, what a cool older brother you are. That's awesome.
You know, she's gonna see how cool I am when I'm still gonna be drinking and doing drugs. Hey, listen, these tickets were expensive. I'm not stopping for you.
Yeah.
You are. This is focus on your time. I'm focusing on shit.
You're like, we're going to the hospital. You're driving.
You are my emergency contact.
Yeah. A lot is on the line right now. Your future college tuition is on the line right now.
She's gonna be my designated fucking. You're in charge, all right? Yeah. Big bro's going somewhere else right now.
You're DD, right? Yeah, I'm 13.
You're good to drive, right? You're good to drive. She's about to get real. No, I told you, I'm not even joking. My sister. First off, listen.
What do you mean you're not joking?
Your family. You hang out with your family the way you hang out with your family.
Yeah.
My sister we were a real rough ass family, nigga. It ain't no child abuse. My sister's great.
Good. Glad.
My sister's a great student. She's great little sweet girl.
She can handle her shit.
Yeah, she just knows how to be cool. You know what I mean? She know when shit go down. She's been there before. That's all I'm saying. She's
a great trip sitter, dude. The best one in the Womack family.
She knows how to hold your hair back. Look,
she's been doing this since she was a baby.
She's growing up around some shit. You know them like parents who don't give a fuck. You're like, you should stop smoking around that baby. She good.
Yeah.
That's unfortunately.
Damn.
Rest in peace, my rough ass father. But unfortunately, no, it is weird to have I'm in my mid 30s and I got a 13-year-old little sister, and that shit is. That shit should be outlawed. That shit is jarring. Our world.
So how would they outlaw that?
I don't know.
Take her away. Take her away.
Yeah. This shit is weird.
This should not be legal.
This shit feels crazy. Our worlds are so apart.
Yeah.
You're
like an uncle to her.
I don't say that. That's gross.
How is it gross?
Feels horrid. I don't want to. I'm like the OG.
Sure, OG. Whatever. There. I'm not uncle. That's disgusting.
I haven't accepted my mortal coil to me to be labeled as unk, even though I'm definitely there. But I do feel unk-ish. Then like,
yeah, you are. You're mid-30s.
I'm like, my voice is too rough to have a little sister. It's like, fuck you on, nigga. Coloring, but yeah. No.
Well, y'all will have a nice time.
It'll be fun.
And it'll be fun.
It'll be a time of her life. I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna have a great time. I don't know.
Hopefully she has a good time too.
You want to hit this? All right. Well,
all right, let's start the show. Welcome to KAWPS, the podcast. Here we cover the weekly police news. And why not have two comedians do that? Add some godforsaken levity to all this. I think I used that word correctly.
I'm going to trust you.
Yeah. So thanks for listening. We'd like to start out with the headlines. This is the headline roundup. These are some of the police-related headlines from the past 7 days. So starting off, cops in LA kill a man who was holding a phone. R.I.P. Mario Sanchez.
Cop in Constantinia, New York, kills a man suffering a mental health crisis. R.I.P. Miles Dignan.
Cop in Houston shoots a dog.
Cop in Barstow, California, shoots a dog.
Cop in Colorado Springs shoots a dog.
Cop in Chattanooga is arrested for domestic violence.
Cop in Denver is arrested for domestic violence.
Cop in Laredo is arrested for domestic violence.
Cop in New London, Connecticut is arrested for domestic violence for the third time in 4 months.
Cop in Fort Pierce, Indiana is arrested for domestic violence after intentionally crashing into his girlfriend during a fight.
Cop in Jackson, Mississippi, get this, is also arrested for domestic violence after intentionally crashing into his girlfriend during a fight.
Cop in Opelika, Florida is facing a lawsuit for sexually assaulting a woman during a traffic stop.
Cop in Big Rapids, Michigan pleads no contest to sexually abusing a child.
Cop in San Diego arrested for child porn.
Cop in Temple, Texas convicted for child porn.
Cop in Alabama who was charged with child porn was allowed to formally retire and cash in on pension before he was arrested.
Cops in Virginia Beach completely destroy a 79-year-old man's house because they thought he purchased it with drug money.
Cop in Highland Park, Michigan, who was quietly transferred to another department for using excessive force with his taser, gets charged again using excessive force with his taser. Those are your news stories for the week. That's... Cops can't go a week without the child porn. That's
the child porn
can't
is
get
like,
off the shit, man.
Yeah.
They can't go a week without getting arrested.
That's the most consistent part of our podcast. That's the rock of our podcast, our backbone.
It is not. It is like fucking jaywalking, nigga. That's like, man, I didn't even know I was doing it. What?
Yeah, every week, bro. It's like, we can't even make that it should be a stereotype of the police, but also like I don't even like bringing up child porn every week. I don't like talking about it
life at all.
Yeah.
I don't like that element of my life at all.
Yeah, so we're begging y'all, please stop. We don't even like fucking talking about it.
That's just crazy, dog. It's like when they do it so much, it's like, yo, I actually might gotta intervene on my behalf.
Bro. But it's like we're not helping with these that Alabama cop got 18 months. Like, that's not, obviously, it's not stopping anybody 18 months and still getting your retirement.
This nigga he just fasted. All that does means he can't get it. When he gets out, he's about to binge child porn. That's what happens.
Yeah, he missed all these seasons. He's got to binge watch, catch up.
That's what happens. You ever not eat? You ever go on a diet? And you're like, I'm going to eat healthy for the next 3 months. And then you finally break that fast. And you just like, I'm eating pancakes.
Yeah,
can't do that for fucking child porn.
It's like Ramadan. More people gain weight during Ramadan than lose weight because of that.
They're just fucking. That's like an actual.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, let's move on from that topic. We do got besides what we just talked about, we do have I would say pretty fun episode for y'all today. In our main episode, we will be covering that militarized raid on an innocent 79-year-old man's home. We'll be covering multiple cases of people being arrested and thrown in jail for Facebook posts making fun of the cops. And lastly, a fun story about a criminal cop who just continues to evade the law.
Nice. And if you are on our Patreon, you stay tuned, subscribe. It's $5. Come on. It's good, some good content. You might as well join. But on our Patreon, we'll be covering a jail warden's war against inmates' phone calls, 2 stories of a cop killing a dog and a man killing a police canine, and they're very different outcomes. And lastly, cops making an absurdly racist arrest of a black man who just so happens to also be a fellow cop. So stick around for the Patreon. Throw that $5 in, man.
$5 a month gets you pretty much 4 bonus episodes a month.
For $5, I tell you more stories about police violence in America. Come on, man, $5, I tell you all the other stories going. I'm just kidding.
And while we got y'all while we're in your ear, go ahead and give us that 5-star rating, please. That helps.
Please. That's all we're asking.
All right, now let's start. We're heading to Virginia Beach. I'll be reading from Atlanta Black Star. An elderly. Actually, this is you. My bad. I didn't mean to take your article, bro.
If you want to do it, I was like, I'm not. Hey.
My bad, bro.
But no, like you said, we're in Atlanta Black Star, where an elderly Virginia man is suing officers from his local police department for $500,000 after they authorized and conducted an aggressive and militarized raid on his home that they thought was the site of illicit drug activity. William Jennings, a 79-year-old resident of Virginia Beach, filed a federal lawsuit against the city's police chief and dozens of police officers involved in a raid on his home on September 13th, 2024. According to the complaint obtained by Atlanta Black Star, Virginia Beach police obtained a warrant to search Jennings' home on suspicion of alleged drug activity. The suit states that the probable cause for the warrant was based on a number of jailhouse conversations between third parties that authorities failed to corroborate or thoroughly investigate.
Hold on. Sorry. I want to stop. Mm-hmm. just that sentence.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's what even is that? The suit states that the probable cause for the warrant was based on a number of, quote, jailhouse conversations between third parties that authorities failed to corroborate or thoroughly investigate. So is that, I'm assuming that means they just like overheard people in jail like talking about someone having drugs, and they somehow were like, oh, it's this
incredible evidence.
It's this guy. That's all we need. Let's go and raid this man's house.
That is crazy. And like, is it jailhouse conversations, or did they just get coerce somebody? I don't know. I don't trust.
Yeah, like
did they? They're like, we're not giving you no more fucking honey buns if you don't.
But it says, if we are taking this, what they wrote as taking it at face value, it's not even that they were talking. It says that they were talking to anyone. It says jailhouse conversations between third parties. So I guess that means like they're not involved in these conversations. So it's like a game of telephone or what?
They're just listening in while people are playing dominoes or just
exactly.
And they're using that to like. You're using that to literally go and harass people in their homes. That's crazy. Don't let like, come on, if I know that, if I'm a prisoner and I know that, I'm gonna get you to get my enemies. I'm like, also, I heard my girlfriend's new man's house. He has tons of drugs at 1185 Lexington. You're like, what the fuck? You just go based off anything anybody says. It's like
my ops been doing all sorts of crimes.
That's
lately.
literally that. Like. There's no, I would have just naturally assumed you guys had a better investigation arm at the police department, not like literally just listening in on.
And then taking it as, also the fact that they like take it for like complete truth. Like, I don't know like how often they believe people in jail. They definitely didn't believe them when they said, I didn't do it.
I'm innocent.
I'm innocent. They were like, shut up, you liar. Only thing that comes out of your mouth is lies and nothing else.
When they're like,
they didn't believe that shit.
I didn't do it. That didn't work. Oh, okay. Well, what?
But when they're like, oh, this other black man is committing crimes, they're like, oh, well, of course, these innocent, truth-telling souls, we must take what they have to say.
No, it's very cherry-picking when you want to listen to your inmates, I see. That's crazy.
Absolutely just wild. Doesn't make any sense. But yeah, sorry, let's keep going.
As obvious that you know this, the 79-year-old man, you know how this goes. But it says here, Jennings obviously has no connection to any operation or activities connected to drug possessions or distribution according to the suit. Yet law enforcement appear to erroneously believe that he purchased his house with drug money, even though the 79-year-old stated he legally bought the home in 1979. The suit states that on that day of the raid, officers arrived in armored vehicles, police cruisers, and even police boats. Damn! Approaching the property from both land and sea. This was a land and sea operation.
Yeah, bro. Damn. This is like fucking Normandy? Yeah. It's like invading France.
They hit you with a Michael Bay. This is like Bad Boys 2. Yo, we ride together. We die together. Yo, we getting your sister back.
Yeah, dude. Coming up, just like, I just want to say I love you in case we never see each other again.
This is an old
79-year-old man reading the newspaper, drinking orange juice.
Do slow-mo and shit. That's crazy. That's so insane. Land and sea operation. They're like, no, it's not. We don't got to involve Air Force. Not yet. But yeah, land and sea operation. Without warning, they launched a barrage of munitions, shattering windows and damaging property.
Insane. So this article, like each line is crazier than the next.
That's wild.
So let's go. I want to go through line by line of what you just read because it's so crazy.
Yeah.
First, they believed that he purchased his house with, quote, drug money.
Yeah.
And that is so easily they could like check if there's any like record of like, does this man have like an occupation? Does he like, I feel like just the least amount of detective work before you fucking launch a fucking military grade operation.
You don't have to do detective work. You're like looking at the house. You just have to do basic like economy work. Like, oh my, well, how did you, the only way this man obviously can afford this $300,000 home is with drug money. And he's like, actually, I bought it in 1979 when it was worth like $80,000.
Yeah.
Like it was reasonably priced when I bought it.
Yeah.
I know you think like, no, what? Look at this. Cliff, I'm checking Zillow. It says it's clearly worth $450,000. How does old man buy? He's like, well, actually, 1979, I bought this house.
Bunch of renters got fucking jealous and destroyed this man's home.
Give up the property, boomer, and they just fucking beat it.
And just the level of like carelessness, like. I just can't relate to like, you know, before I send an email, I'll like fucking double, triple check it for typos. And then the fact that they're just launching a land and sea operation without double checking shit.
I'm not gonna lie, if that's your metaphor, I would definitely, in that metaphor, I'm launching
You're a typo,
land. I'm a land and sea operation.
You are.
I would have launched it. If
You're like, launch the missils. that is you.
Then if that's the case, I definitely would have been like, I mean, if we're doing like,
exactly.
Second,
you sent me some confusing auto-corrected ass messages in our days together, definitely. But okay, so they arrived in land, sea, air. It's like how the level of the police, like the level of incompetence they have, paired with the level of power and resources they have, it's absolutely insane. It's like, you know what they remind me of in this story? It's like, remember in Toy Story, like Sid, the evil kid in Toy Story, who would just take his little innocent toys that aren't doing anything and just attach them to like these fireworks and dynamite. This is like psycho little experiments. I feel
a baby with like 8 legs and shit. You're like, what the fuck?
Why are you playing God in this way?
How old are you?
That's what this shit feels like to me, bro.
Yeah, no, that shit is fucking insane. Like,
sorry.
No, I'm just like you're doing land and sea. Like it's crazy.
And then lastly, the last little line, without warning, they launched a barrage of munitions. So that means like without even doing the knock, like police, open up, without even battering down the door, the first thing they open with launching shit into his house. Like, I don't know, like flash grenades, I'm imagining, like SWAT team style shit, breaking the windows into his home. That's how they start this. 79-year-old man. God damn, dude.
Yeah, man. No defense whatsoever, nigga. Coughing baby versus hydrogen bomb ass shit. Like, it's just like, damn. I mean, you didn't even need all that. He's 79 years old. You could have just like, opened up and drink this Sprite. That shit would have fucked that nigga all the way.
Cold ass Sprite.
I think we killed him. Fuck.
Shit, we got another case on our hands.
No, put away.
Sprinkle the crack.
Put away the grenade. I think we're done here.
Good job, guys. Mission accomplished.
Yeah, but I'll continue though. At the time, Jennings was home with a guest. A guest was there. A dog that was also in the home was struck by one of the munitions officers launched, according to the suit. Jennings' attorney told 13 News now that the dog suffered no permanent injuries, but Jennings was ordered over a bullhorn and at gunpoint to walk out of his home barefoot, the suit states. He walked over shattered glass, cutting his feet in the process before being handcuffed and placed in the back of a police vehicle 4 hours as officers ransacked his home. During the raid, law enforcement disabled external security cameras and destroyed furniture and more of his belongings in a search for non-existent drugs. They seized electronics, financial documents, ledgers, containers, and lawfully possessed medications.
Oh my God.
Not the Viagra, but nothing.
Bro, it's probably his fucking heart medication. 79-year-old man, dude. He needs medication.
Literally, he's like, you see, you're sweating right now. I see. Why are you nervous? I need my heart medication. Yeah, that's what they all say. But lawfully possessed medications, but nothing connected to criminal activity of any kind. No charges were filed against Jennings. Just missed that episode of Jeopardy, I'm assuming. Really fucked his day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This is insane. He was hanging out with his dog, his friend.
Day for an old man.
They seized his medications. I love how it said they disabled the external security cameras. Like, they turned off the house's body cameras.
Yeah, that guy will never know how to put that shit back on. That old man is never going to figure out. He did not know he had external security cameras. He's like, damn, 79 years old? What do you do with that? Like, you're already... old thing about being old is you too tired. If anything happens, you be tired. You like, I don't want to do that. I'm 34 and I'll be like, if something happens, I'll be like, I'm not fixing that shit.
Yeah.
I'm not doing.
I mean, just right now, I didn't get to have some coffee before the episode. I'm like, I'm not gonna make it. I need help.
So he's 79. He got to fucking fix all that shit. I gotta fucking replace my windows. Bro, I just put up some IKEA shit that's been in my apartment for like a good 6-7 months. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I'm like, damn, it took 30 minutes. It's been in here for 6 months, but I have just refused to do it because I'm like, I can't. I'm just, I'm not doing that. It seems like just too much energy, all my energy. So I
mean, he's probably retired. Like, you know, he's like, I know you're joking, but like in a very real way, like, he's an elderly man. He's like, it's time to just relax. And like, you're done with so much of the bullshit of your life, all this drama. It's time to just relax and enjoy your days. And now he's dealing with this shit.
If I'm 79 years old and cops come in and they fuck up my house and then they like, my bad, clean it. I'll be like, nah, I'm just gonna die. I'm done. Yeah. You know what? I'm good. Clean it?
Can I see that gun? I'm reaching for it. Look at me. I'm reaching for it. What are you going to do?
I don't want to sweep, nigga. Don't make me do it. That's how lazy I am. But
it's just one of those things. It's like every step of the way
was just fucked up.
And the fact that they continually, like, regardless of how insane the whole start was, land and sea operation, shooting flash grenades, wherever it was, into the man's house. Once they walk in and see, like, an elderly man with his friend and a dog, like at every point they're suppressing their human instincts to just be like, take a beat and be like, hey, hold on. Maybe can we talk to this guy? Yeah, maybe check in with a human being.
And how much of the house do you fuck up before you go, okay, all right, it just smells like old man in here, not weed, not the like, that is like, when does your empathy kick in? I'm like, that makes me go, do they have that? Because I feel like they always complete the operations and just like walk away. Yeah. So I'm like, do they even have that empathy to rely on?
It's in there. It's got to be. I mean, some people are sociopaths, and I bet a few of them are cops. But I feel like a lot of those cops,
old man's house. That's like some. I mean, the fucking Vikings used to like. They didn't give a fuck. They'd go in, rape and pillage whole villages and shit, and the whole like, when did their empathy come in? So I don't know. I'm like, fucking, they're like raiders to me. They're like fucking. It's like literally like a band of raiders. They just come in, they fuck shit up, and then they leave. And it's like, isn't it weird? They didn't have empathy when they were fucking shit up. I'm like, yeah, these motherfuckers are low lives. But yes, the human instinct in me is gonna be like, how the fuck did y'all not stop at the literal, like the door? Yeah. It's like, at the fucking, but
But last thing I'll say, which, we have covered stories like this before. Oh, our girl, Ruby Johnson. This guy should really get in touch with Ruby Johnson. Remember the grandma who got the same shit that happened to her? That would be a nice happy ending to this story, They have a lot in common. They could get together. But at least, another similar case of this raid, insane raid on the wrong person. But because we're dealing with cops, at least this is a happy ending because no one was murdered, which does happen at these raids. And again, bringing up Doug Harless in Kentucky, we covered him our first episode, murdered a man going to the wrong house. So at least with all this shit, our boy, what's his name? Our boy William Jennings is still alive, still kicking, so that's good.
Hopefully he gets that 500,000. You know what I mean?
For real. So now we're going to move on to a slew of stories. The first one being a recent one that happened this week, and then two related stories from maybe like the past 2-3 years, I would say. So first, we're going to Orlando Park, Illinois, reading from patch.com. Retired sergeant Ken Kovac, claims the defendants, the police he's suing, violated his constitutional rights when they arrested him in connection with a Facebook page he created to air concerns about, quote, abuses of power within the department. The allegations were lodged in April 2024 against Kovac, who police say created fake Facebook profile of, quote, Brian East, purporting to be now former Deputy Chief Brian West, then used the account to defame West. So let me just, this is like an excerpt of the article, so it might be a little confusing. So long story short, a retired sergeant, so this guy's a former cop, is suing a police department because they went and arrested him when he made a Facebook profile of like whoever this guy is, the police chief, Deputy Brian West.
East.
And made him Brian East.
Oh, yeah. The real one's Brian East. The parody's Brian West.
No. The real one is Brian West.
Fuck.
Right? Pretty crazy. It's like watching a Severance episode.
I'm like, yes. Oh, that's so they arrested him for for just making a Facebook post?
A Facebook profile. That was parodying this guy. And read what it says. It was there to air concerns about abuses of power. And they were like, oh, you got a problem with abuses of power? Well, I'll show you abuses of power. You want to cry? I'll give you something to cry about.
That's crazy. They arrested him for
They arrested him.
Isn't that like abuse of like your First Amendment right? Wait, which one's the first? Which one?
It is.
Okay, yeah.
It is.
I remember.
Yeah, it is literally that. It is literally that.
We can't do parody anymore online? That's crazy. What the fuck?
I mean, I'm going to be in trouble if that's the case. So free this cop. Free this cop, please.
We can't no longer make fun of the police online. Fuck.
Curb Your Enthusiasm music starts playing.
I did not know that before I agreed to do this podcast.
Yeah.
I didn't know they was locking niggas up for.
They brought him to jail, and so a very funny layer to this is like it seems that this was like his former employer. It's like a disgruntled employee, right? He used to work at this department and made his little Facebook parody account, Brian East, which if anyone should be arresting him, it should be the comedy police, first of all.
I know.
Brian East,
Fucking
Brian
Lord.
West, bro. Try harder next time. But
Brian West. Anybody?
But they brought him in into like his old place of work and booked him.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? You like Facebook so much? How about we throw you in Facebook jail?
Yeah. Literal Facebook jail.
Well, get you poked. I don't know. It's in the butthole. I ran out of metaphors.
What are you in here for?
Fucking
Posting? Oh, posting, boy. That's 25 to life, bro. You got to be careful.
I catfished the chief, man. He fucking. I pretended to be the chief online. He's pissed.
Yeah.
Play a little Facebook prank. Now all of a sudden, damn, that's crazy. Twitter is literally 90% people being other people, just not fucking. Just I saw a Bill Cosby account. I'm pretty sure. Is that guy
one of the many you follow?
I was like, oh shit, he is free. I guess that's what he's doing with his time. I didn't know he was on Twitter. He's free. No, yeah, that's crazy that like they how and like what's the outcome? Is he
hold on, okay, I'll move on. Let's keep going with the article. Specifically, Kovac used the page to, quote, jokingly portray West as a, quote, simplistic and overly enthusiastic supporter of Mayor Keith Pacow. The suit states, West, quote, did not appreciate or enjoy the parody page, which he suspected the plaintiff of operating. The suit states, West then worked with the others named in the lawsuit to, quote, shut down the parody page and to investigate, arrest, and criminally charge Kovac for exercising his right. I'm gonna read that again. His right, his first or the American, whatever, you get it, right to make non-threatening posts online from an obvious parody page.
Damn. It's the modern day Lenny Bruce.
He is, dude. Which is so sad because he's a fucking cop and this joke fucking sucks, dude.
They didn't share any of his jokes. It's just his name was Brian West.
Brian,
overly enthused.
I bet if there were actually funny jokes in there, they would have shared it. But they're like, yeah, none of this shit is worth the strength in my fingers copying and pasting them.
Damn. Well, shit, man. I hope he gets out. He goes to jail. They get him out. He's like, I only got better in jail. He's like, I only learned more.
I converted to Islam, and my pen is now stronger than ever. The pen is mightier than the sword, my brother. That's what I learned in my time.
Bullshit. I got a trash bag full of Facebook posts that I'm about to turn into money.
Yeah, dude. You're going to show up to work. Actually, you've actually been replaced here at The Daily Show by Brian West. Or not Brian West. That's the chief.
Yeah, Brian
Whatever the
East.
fuck this guy's name is, Kovac.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what a just silly story. Orlando. Every time I Orlando Park, like Illinois, I just imagine like the most like pristine suburban world when they got police stories like this coming out. It's like these type of stories make me wonder, like, should we be out doing more crimes just to get the cops something legitimate to do with their time? Because this is ridiculous. Dude.
Yeah, you know how they say liberals in big cities need to move to those red states so they can, like, liberalify that, change the environment. Criminals in liberal cities, y'all need to move to these red states, man. Come on, diversify.
Yeah,
they
do, dude. Look at these cops. Look at what they're doing with their lives.
Give something to the cops to do.
They're going home with their wives. Facebook. They got nothing to tell them about with their day. No excitement.
I got into it, nigga. I got into it with a dude on Facebook today. That's
dude.
Oh, how did that go? He's in jail. he's in jail right now. Yeah. See what tomorrow brings. Damn, that's hard. Or that's just we got to actually look into the fucking crime rate in Orlando, where Illinois Springs, whatever it's called.
Yeah, Orlando Park, Illinois.
We gotta, because maybe the cops there are so good that they got cleaned up all the crime.
That's true.
And they're cleaning up Facebook crime. Now they're done with the streets. Now they're at the metaverse, cleaning up the streets of the metaverse. they got like digital crime, all that shit. Yeah.
So let's keep going. So this story is really the tip of the iceberg of this, like, going to jail for Facebook posts about the cops. So now I'm going to read from Business Insider. The headline: the Supreme Court won't hear a case brought by a satirist alleging he was arrested for making fun of cops on Facebook. The Supreme Court has declined to take up the case of an Ohio man who said police officers violated his constitutional rights after they arrested him for making fun of the police department on Facebook. Back in 2016, police arrested Anthony Novak for a satirical Facebook page he had created posing as his local police department in Parma, Ohio. His page had the same name, profile picture, and cover photo as the police department's official page. The posts on Novak's page, which were only live for 12 hours, mocked the police department. In one post, he announced a new hiring initiative, quote, strongly encouraging minorities not to apply. Another post warned local residents not to offer food, shelter, or money to homeless people. Now, we're seeing these stories get crazier, but we're also seeing the comedy writing getting better. Like, that's not bad. I'm like, all right.
So he's pretending to be.
He made a Facebook. Made a fake Facebook profile of his police department, and made posts about telling them minorities need not to apply, and telling people not to help the homeless.
As the fake police department.
Yes,
said, that's funny.
So jokes about cops being racist who hate homeless people. That's pretty on point.
Yeah.
I think the Novak might be related to BJ Novak. This man's got comedy writing in his blood. Yeah. The police department charged Novak under Ohio state law with disrupting police operations and jailed him for 4 days.
Damn.
So now we've gone from this cop who's getting booked and processed to now this man did jail time.
Damn. That's crazy.
Like, what? You deleted? Like, in what way is this man a threat to society?
Yeah, no, he's FBI's most top 10 comics to watch ass. He's like on the list.
There you go. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I've seen so many fake Facebook profiles. You can't. Exactly. This is upsetting. This is like the cornerstone of comedy. Parody. You're gonna arrest fucking goddamn Seth Rogen for doing what was that horrid ass movie that nigga?
I'm just laughing at you trying to get to this reference. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, fuck Seth Rogen. You're gonna arrest fucking Kevin James for doing Paul Blart Cop? We're arresting niggas now for pretending to be cops.
Because if you do that, we're gonna be on the streets. And you don't want to do that. Can I give y'all a piece of advice? Don't do that.
You know, honestly, I might side with the cops if they arrest him for that.
And we're gonna be on the opposite side of the front line.
Paul Blart, dog. I ain't gonna lie. Yo.
I'll die for Kevin James.
Two of them shits.
That's the tip of the spear of the revolution is Kevin James.
If you was gonna start arresting people for making for parenting cops, it should have started there, all right? You can't arrest us now, all right? If you let that shit slide, bro, you can't arrest this corny ass dude, dog. Yeah. You gotta get Kevin James first. You gotta, that's crazy.
All right, let's keep going here. So blah, blah, blah. They charged him under Ohio state law with disrupting police operations, jailed him for 4 days, though he was later acquitted at trial. Novak then sued the department and the officers who arrested him, arguing that they violated his constitutional rights to free speech and freedom from unreasonable searches and seizures. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the Sixth Circuit ruled that Novak couldn't sue the police because they had what? Qualified immunity, a legal concept that protects police from facing civil lawsuits over their actions while in uniform. Damn. So that means that in Ohio, they can just fucking do this shit. If they don't like your Facebook post, they can fucking send you to jail.
They busted his house?
Yeah.
Damn. And they didn't have a warrant?
I don't know, actually. It doesn't mention that, but they arrested the man. It was clearly illegal. Like,
You're just like,
if over a Facebook post, it's like, bro, just hit report.
Yeah,
go to the post you don't like, hit report, hit flag. I mean, look, Ashton, you still don't have access to your TikTok.
I don't.
This man's TikTok.
Someone's parroting me right now. All right, I've been busting this.
Literally, and that parody is legal. Stealing someone's account. They stole your fucking account.
And they're like selling pocket pussies. I don't even know what the fuck. There's nothing I can do.
Oh my God. You find Ashton's TikTok. Go to our pages, our podcast TikTok. You'll find Ashton's. Some Asian lady is selling products.
You'll see me kicking down her door.
Exactly, you don't.
You're going to jail, bitch. Bitch, you going to jail.
Going away for a long time.
Started grabbing her up, snatching down. That's crazy. That's some insecure ass, like, angry shit. We're allowed to make fun. You can't pretend like, that's how you know cops are here to protect property, not laws, because they would immediately go, oh, this isn't a violation. This is your free speech. You're not they recognize that. Cops love to do that shit where they like violate your rights and be like, fight it in court, bitch. And then like you do, and you're like, oh shit, my bad. Fuck. And like,
but like we just saw, no punishment happens to them.
Yeah, qualified. Yeah, they just
you get to go off free. Nothing bad happened to you. Yeah. I mean, you did just go through this whole process that probably threw a giant wrench in your life. Yeah, but that's the best you could do. Like, you can't really get any justice from the cops many times because of this shit, this qualified immunity shit. So yeah, it does give police the incentive to just do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, damn.
They don't like a Facebook post, they're kicking down your door.
Yeah, qualified immunity. It's like the Mario star. You ever get the star?
Yeah.
You just go around snacking niggas off the road. Like, what the fuck?
Exactly, bro. Literally. So let's continue. In the third story of our little series here, I'll be reading from Reason Magazine. The headline, he was arrested for making a joke on Facebook. On a Friday in March 2020, a dozen or so sheriff's deputies wearing bulletproof vests. So notice the heightening here. Wearing bulletproof vests descended upon Waylon Bailey's garage at his home in Forest Hill, Louisiana. So we're going down south, baby. Their guns drawn, ordered him onto his knees with his hands, quote, on your fucking head, and arrested him for a felony punishable by up to 15 years in prison. The SWAT-style raid was provoked by a Facebook post in which Bailey had made a zombie-themed joke about COVID-19. So, hilarious turn we took here. He's doing COVID jokes in Louisiana. I mean, this is a beautiful picture being painted right now. Recognizing the harm inflicted by that flagrantly unconstitutional arrest, a federal jury last week awarded Bailey $205,000 in compensatory and punitive damages.
This guy, he's not pretending to be a Facebook. He's not pretending to be a police department.
He's not.
He's just making jokes on Facebook.
He's just making a post.
Damn.
Right? Because they can't even make that bullshit argument of like, you're impersonating an officer, which is a complete nonsense argument. They can't even make that argument.
He's like, they're arresting. He's like, it's a tough crowd. Getting hot in here.
Well, it's like a modern conservative, like, pornographic story of just like, yeah, you can't even make a post about these damn COVID protocols without the police breaking down your door and arresting you.
Literally come in and break down.
A SWAT team, bro, with their guns drawn.
With bulletproof vests.
Yeah.
I wonder if they were wearing masks. I wonder.
So yeah, back on March 20, 2020, 4 days after several California counties issued the nation's first stay-at-home order. So it's not even about Louisiana; it's about California. Wow, this is such a Louisiana story. I love this. Yeah. After the first stay-at-home orders in response to an emerging pandemic, Bailey let off some steam with a Facebook post that alluded to the Brad Pitt movie World War Z. Quote, Rapids Parish Sheriff's Office have issued the order, he wrote. And also, I do want to mention, this is in all caps. So I want you to visualize the all caps post of this guy in Louisiana doing the World War Z COVID. If deputies come into contact with the infected, they should shoot on sight. I did a little acting there with the caps. He added, Lord have mercy on us all. Hashtag COVID-19. Hashtag we need you, Brad Pitt. So there's also a pattern here with these three stories. With the first one, not being funny at all, dumbass cop joke. Yeah. Second one, kind of good, kind of funny, on the right track. This one, fucking hilarious, bro. This is some of the funniest shit I've ever read in my life.
I'm not gonna lie, that shit. When I read that, first off, it's funny. It's funny. It's funny.
It's in all caps. He's talking about Brad Pitt, World War Z, COVID shit.
Listen, I'm be real. When I saw what was the joke that got him arrested, it felt like you ever been on Facebook and you go check the Facebook profile of like that kid who you went to like elementary school with, and he would like he would go to the urinals and like pull his pants all the way down.
Yeah.
Like till 11th grade. You're still doing this shit? You're at the urinal with your pants all the way down? And then you're like, what's that guy up to?
Yeah.
And you check his Facebook.
Yeah. He's not doing well. He's on his knees
He's
with
like,
guns.
War Z is COVID-19. Like, what the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
You go check your coworker's Facebook profile when y'all finally add each other. You're like, damn, this nigga is weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Damn. Why did I accept this? Now this man's in my life.
I'm gonna have to see this shit for the next. Oh, fuck. Mute.
Yeah.
It's because he spelled COVID-9, like not 19.
Yeah.
He wrote COVID-9 and then the words phonetically teen.
Yeah.
He was having fun with it.
It's funny. It's hilarious. It's pure comedy. Like, he didn't go to school for this shit. It's just pure, unadulterated.
It's fun. It
is.
It is what a human, when they just want to have fun and like make themselves laugh, they make that Facebook post.
Yeah. And again, it's like, not only is he not pretending to be a police officer, but he's also like not even shitting on, like, he's referring to California law. And so, I mean, it's honest. I mean, it is confusing, honestly.
He's just making it just sounds like the voices in his head. He's like, he's like, the COVID-19's here. The cops gonna have to shoot the infected. It's like it's not about cops. It's just about the world we were in that moment where it was like, what the fuck is going on? And he's watching the movie World War Z, and it felt like outside I Am Legend. I don't know if I remember March 16th through the 20th. I remember them days in this city. Shit, that's how I knew COVID was serious, because I remember March 18th. I was supposed to go to this girl's house, and I was like, "Girl, shit, I don't gotta go to work this week. I'm coming over your house." And I get on the train, and there were no homeless people in the subway had no homeless people, and I said, "Oh no, this shit is serious. I'm serious. I'm not going to this girl's house."
You said hashtag World War Z up in this train.
Yeah, I did. And then I took my black ass back up. I was like, oh, there's something serious going on.
Yeah.
And that's when I knew. So I don't blame. He's just like having, he's having fun in the fantasy world.
Well, it's funny because that's why this is such great comedy, because you can have different. My interpretation of what he's saying is different than that. You're saying he's like referring to like how it feels like Armageddon right now because this COVID shit is real. I interpreted it as him being like, this COVID shit is not real at all, and him making fun of the idea like, oh, it's World War Z, the cops are gonna come. If you're infected, we're gonna shoot you on sight. You know?
I didn't know if.
Oh, that's why this is just genius comedy.
Yeah, because it's art. It's up to interpretation. I didn't know if he was early on the COVID denier train. If he was just like, that's how prolific he was as an artist. He foresaw the times. He spearheaded the zeitgeist.
Yeah,
he climbed over the hill when everyone was shooting arrows. He took those for us.
Yeah, to
deny COVID via jokes, and now we have Joe Rogan. And thank you. This
guy is definitely a pioneer.
He's the Kanye. No, he's not. I can't say that no more. Can't say that no more. Another example of something that can be interpreted in many different ways.
So there's more to this article. Let's see. So we read his hilarious post. The Rapids Parish Sheriff's Office snapped into action, assigning Isles to investigate what he perceived as, quote, an attempt to get someone hurt, okay? According to a local press report, the authorities were alarmed by a, quote, social media post that promoted false information related to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. In response, detectives immediately initiated an investigation, and as a result, Bailey, then 27, was arrested for terrorism.
Damn. We were we were strict in the early days.
Yeah, in Louisiana of all places. It's so funny.
I know, right? The opposite of the place you would think would be like when they talk about how the strict COVID.
Yeah. It's what motherfuckers in Louisiana are like imagining California to be like. Like literally that's the whole point of his post. He's imagining, or at least my interpretation of it, he's imagining this sort of like, police state lockdown. Yeah. And Louisiana, they're like, what did he say? We control after our own department and it's going down. It's going down right now.
Yeah, that's damn.
Another news story reported that Bailey, quote, was booked into the Rapids Parish Detention Center on one count of terrorizing. William Earl Hilton, the sheriff at the time, explained why, saying he wanted to impress upon everyone that we are all in this together, as well as remind everyone that communicating false information to alarm or cause other serious disruption to the general public will not be tolerated. I love that. We're all in this together. Except for this motherfucker. Except for this piece of shit. He's going away for a long time.
Oh, what a fucking asshole. It's like, I know this is a dark and unprecedented time. And we really got to stick together and, find happiness in these moments. Find those little nuggets of happiness in this dark time. But we're also going to arrest this dude telling jokes online. Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. What the fuck you doing? Telling jokes? Like, he's telling jokes. He's like, it's a dark ass period. And this guy's just going crazy like everybody was in 2020. And
but hey, maybe that's it. Maybe we could all be like, hey, well, 2020. We all had rough days at work, and this was the sheriffs.
we all were going a little crazy.
Whoopsie. I remember I was losing it back in those days.
Oh yeah, when I was like fucking breaking into people's homes and arresting them for
pulling guns on people.
What the fuck did you say online, bitch?
2020.
Fuck did you click clack? Well, that's good.
Bailey's joke was deemed to pose such a grave and imminent threat that Isles did not bother to obtain an arrest warrant before nabbing him just a few hours before Bailey's facetious appeal. Just a few hours after Bailey's facetious appeal to Brad Pitt. But in a probable cause affidavit that Isles completed after the arrest, the detective claimed that Bailey had violated a state law against terrorizing, defined as the intentional communication of information that the commission of a crime of violence is imminent or in progress, or that a circumstance dangerous to human life exists or is about to exist with the intent of causing members of the general public to be in sustained fear for their safety, or causing evacuation of a building, a public structure, or a facility of transportation, or causing other serious disruption to the general public.
They really think people were going to believe his posts?
You know what? That was my exact thought. It's like,
do they think
he's talking about Brad Pitt.
I know. Do they think he's like, folks, calm down. Brad Pitt is not going to come here and shoot you old Yeller style and stop the infection.
I know y'all are scared of that post like I was when I first read it.
Brad Pitt's like on his way.
Yeah.
I got your message loud and clear. He's like, I don't think that's what happens in World War Z. I think he's just a scientist. I don't think he's killing.
I never saw it.
He's just a scientist who finds the cure. That's he doesn't kill. I only know that because and this is like me. It's fucked up to say. I remember my first girlfriend, Christina. Shout out to her.
Shout out Christina.
Whenever I was like talking to her, like in the initial talking phases, trying to make her like me, she's like, "I'm reading this book, World War Z." And I was like,
"Why do you do an impression of her like that?"
I do it.
I've met her. She doesn't talk like that.
I don't know. Every time I do a story, I'm gonna do an impression, no matter if it's accurate or not.
Yeah. You're right. Anyways, go back to your girlfriend, Mickey Mouse.
I didn't know you were a fan of World War Z. And I was like, "Oh, World War Z," and I immediately spark notes that bitch. I was like, "Oh, have you got the chapter where he spark notes and just starts reading?"
That's adorable.
I was, faking. I still have. I saw the movie. I was like, "Oh, that's what happens." It's just kind of a boring movie. I couldn't imagine the book. Damn. But yeah.
Well, shout out Brad Pitt. I'm sure he had an amazing performance.
No, yeah, I know.
Bailey was apologetic when the sheriff deputies confronted him, saying this part is it's very telling to me. He was apologetic when the sheriff's deputies confronted him, saying he, quote, had no ill will towards the sheriff's office and only meant it as a joke. He agreed to delete the offending post after Isles said he otherwise would ask Facebook to take it down. But that was not good enough for Isles, who hauled Bailey off to jail anyway.
Damn.
He respected the police. That, to me, it's painted the image of like a Southern conservative dude from Louisiana, clearly has respect for the police, was not a fan of the COVID restrictions, made a joke about COVID restrictions in California that somehow led to his sheriff's department breaking down his door and pulling guns on him.
That is a 2020 ass story for real.
Yeah. What a time.
He's like, "That's it. I'm going back to Vine." Was Vine around? Was Vine around? I think it was going back. Right, yeah. All right. Well, that was fucking the social media stories for the podcast. Those are horrifying. And like I said, if niggas is getting in trouble, we're fucked.
Yeah.
If people are getting in trouble for making fun of the cops online, ha.
Yeah. But luckily, me and you aren't really on Facebook because we're not 70 years old.
Yeah, there's also
this is boomer ass stories.
Nah,
really.
Cops are arresting podcasters. They literally just in LA arrested a bunch of podcasters who were connected to the biggest Crip in LA. His name's like Big Eugene, some shit like that. And yeah, this just happened this week. They were arrested, like the No Jumper podcast. Like a few of their hosts got it caught up in this.
People say that guy's pretty much acts like a Fed on the show.
Pretty easy to act like a Fed when all you do is hang out. You invite gang members on and be like, "So what are your current crimes?" And they say their crimes like it's an interview at a fucking job. They're like, "So I'm really proficient in robbing and stealing."
Well, what's this gap in your resume here? No, I was definitely robbing and killing people during that time, just not professionally.
Where I see myself in 5 years in state penitentiary. But no, the craziest part, I was just not to take a side note from the podcast, but in that gang indictment I was reading about it, the Big Eugene guy, he's like a 59-year-old leader of the Crips, and like he's this big buff guy. You reading about him, he's extorting all the rappers, he's extorting ball players, he's extorting everybody, just like the allegedly I'm trying to get fucking fucked up. He's extorting.
Careful, dude. I want to be the next podcast.
I want to go to Grammys. But yeah, he's extorting everybody, and like you read, you're like, "Damn, who's this 59-year-old nigga extorting everybody?" You see, he's like this big ass swole gang member. You're like, "Damn, this dude was just really bullying people." He's Debo from Friday. He's this big stereotypical archetype. And you're like, "Damn, this guy's he's swole." But what makes him even scarier is that he is trained in Aikido, in like Jikudo, in like 4 levels of like genuinely trained in martial arts. He's like, "Well, when I was 9, I started studying my whole family was in martial arts," which is the scariest shit I could ever think of. A Crip, it's like a Kung Fu Crip is like the scariest. This nigga's
it's like the literal Wu-Tang clan over here. He's living the reality.
He's like, you know, shoot me, nigga, doing Crip style. Crip style, whatever. Sorry, that's sidetrack, but yeah, it's just all. We can go on to the next story though. In Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, via ABC 27. Let me breathe. A former Dauphin County police officer who was facing multiple felonies for allegedly stealing firearms from an evidence room and falsifying his time is now facing a new felony charge.
Damn. New felony charge.
I know. Damn. He was already in jail and he's got those are
not in jail, but facing felonies. Remember, this guy's a cop, so he's facing these charges.
So he was already facing charges.
Yes.
He's not in. You can be facing charges and be waiting trial. I wonder if he's
true. Actually, so yeah, I guess I don't know.
I don't know, man, because I know if he's awaiting trial, that's a bad morning. Like they wake you up and you're like, "Am I out?" They're like, "No, motherfucker, you got a new charge."
Damn.
But yeah, on March 21st, the Harrisburg Borough of Police say Christopher Still was arrested on a felony burglary charge. Police say officers responded to a local business burglary last August and identified Still as a suspect. Still, a former Halifax Borough police officer, had been wanted by Harrisburg police for several days until his arrest on Friday. In 2022, Still was charged with submitting fraudulent timesheets and stealing 3 firearms from the evidence locker. Damn, he wasn't just stealing he wasn't just stealing from the workplace. He did the ultimate time. He was stealing from the job, work hours.
Yeah.
You stealing from
in a
the
way,
clock?
it's very relatable. You know, like I used to be a teacher. I used to steal supplies from school all the time. What is this guy not doing if not just stealing office supplies?
He's stealing. That's how my old boss would be like, you stealing from the clock. That's just sitting there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
but he's also stealing from the clock. What is the number? Oh, you haven't gotten to the number yet.
Okay. According to a criminal complaint, Still allegedly submitted timesheets that resulted in theft of $98,754 after not actually working the times he reported and working for multiple departments.
Yeah, this guy's awesome.
Departments.
This guy's awesome.
$98,000. Come on, bro.
Yeah. So just to catch everyone up, this dude's been stealing guns, falsifying work time, and he just caught a new felony charge on burglary. Bro, that's why I think this guy's not in jail, because he's burglarizing places. But also, it does seem like he is in jail. Feels like, I don't know.
Yeah, it feels like they hired Swiper from Dora the Explorer. They just didn't do their background check. This nigga just steals anything. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen Dora the Swiper, no swiping. This nigga just compulsively steals. That's who they fucking they hired Swiper from fucking Dora. But
this guy loves crimes.
That's why I'm like, I don't feel like he's a cop. He's just like, I saw a come up, the next lick, police department. He'll hit anything, it feels like. But let me continue. Damn, almost 100,000. Between 2019 and 2022, Still allegedly issued no citations or complaints, and officials told police that Still did not reply to text and calls.
He's not even trying.
Okay, so he didn't do his job. He didn't do both his jobs.
And he wasn't even like trying to cover it up. He wasn't even trying to get away. He was like, clock me in. Like,
bro, this is like some Office Spaces ass. Like, I'm like, I don't do shit and I'm getting promoted.
He's just sending in, what do you call it? You send in the
timesheets.
Not timesheet, but when you charge someone for something, invoice.
Yeah.
He's just sending in invoices, not even showing up, not even bothering to respond to text, not even trying.
I know he became a cop. I'm sure. I know he's a bad person at heart. I just know he is, but I can't help but like him right now.
I like this guy. I think he's a good guy.
Like, first off, you're stealing from your labor. Your laborers are stealing your labor, right? Like your employees are stealing your labor.
Yeah.
Via profit, okay? So you're just stealing back that profit that they're stealing from you. And also, you are doing it to like some of the worst employers who exist.
Yes.
The police department. So,
and also, like, he's at this department and not doing his job at another department. There could be a cop out there actually doing that job and doing his racist patrols around neighborhoods, but instead, no one's doing that. So again, another good deed this guy has done.
Is that how we reform the police?
Yeah.
Do we apply to police officers and then
stay at home?
steal their office times and just steal guns and just slowly we demilitarize the police by stealing guns.
Because the fact that he took $98,000 tells me he got away with it for a while. Nothing happened.
From 2016, part-time in 2016, 2017, then again from like complaints between 2019 and 2022. That's a 3-year time gap.
But it makes sense because, like, look, if cops can get away with literally murdering us, yeah, they could probably get away with stealing time from the company as well.
Yeah, that's okay. All right. So far, he's got my heart. Even though I know that when I just probably Google this guy's for real, he's probably a horde.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't be friends with this guy.
I know. When the criminal, hold on, let me make sure I got everything. Between 2019 and 2020. Oh no, I stopped the sentence. Let me see. Where was I? Still's colleagues indicted that horrible reading. Still's colleagues indicated that he was rarely seen at the Halifax station, and when he was present, he was not in uniform and did not complete his work task. Okay, I don't hate to stop at every fucking sentence.
This guy sounds awesome. Well, he's not even trying.
Me and my first 17 jobs. You don't show up. You clock in for hours you don't work. You never in uniform.
You don't respond to any of our Slack messages.
Steal. The question is, how are you not fired?
Yeah.
Using that qualified immunity for good.
You charged us several hours of overtime last week, but we didn't see you come in one time.
Bro, $98,000. Like, it's like you got to be fighting crime in Gotham for fucking $98,000 in overtime. This is let me continue. An investigation found that Still worked with Marysville Borough Police part-time in 2016 and went full-time in January 2017. He resigned from Marysville Borough Police in June 2020. Timesheets indicate Still allegedly filed time worked at both Marysville and Halifax Borough that showed identical days and hours worked. So
get you a man that can do both.
He fucking shadow clone jutsu'd, obviously. Obviously, I shadow clone jutsu'd. He Mickey 17'd himself. I don't know, in some clone reference.
This guy's awesome. I love this guy.
So far, yeah. I'm always down from stealing from work. Everything I like, and fuck the police. You've merged both.
Yeah. And the burglary, we have yet to see. Depends on where he burglarized, honestly. There could be a version where I could get behind that as well.
Yeah, it said he burglarized a restaurant. Hey, fucking these restaurants don't even send ketchup and utensils anymore when you Uber Eats. So steal. No, don't.
Sure.
Don't steal.
Yeah.
Don't steal from small business. That part I don't.
I thought maybe he was going to corporate offices of
No, it says up top he was arrested for possibly stealing it just says, I guess.
Just burglarizing.
Burglary charge. Okay, I don't know what made me think it was a restaurant. Okay, man, maybe he was stealing from. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be a small business.
Yeah,
burglary. You can't go to corporate office and demand they wire you money.
Listen. That's all alleged. Free him for right now, okay? He resigned from Marysville Borough Police in 2022. I already read this. Timesheets indicated Still allegedly filed time worked at both Marysville and Halifax Borough that showed identical days and hours worked. When the Criminal Investigation Division conducted an inventory of the Halifax Borough Police Department evidence room after the allegations were made known, the check revealed 3 firearms were missing. Court record shows Still admitted that he took the 3 firearms and sold them to a gun shop for $500. Still faces felony charges of theft by unlawful taking, receiving stolen property, and theft by deception. He is scheduled to appear in plea court on March 26th. However, he had more than a dozen plea court appearances continued since 2023.
So that I looked that up. I didn't know what that meant. You get a continuance. Basically, it delays your appearance.
So he's just trying to.
He's been able to pull off a dozen of these since 2023.
He might be trying to wait the case out.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think it's
since 2023. It's been years.
I know. Lord, I'm not no legal expert or lawyers. I've only seen sometimes that sometimes lawyers push back. They could if we keep pushing it back, I think it helps them in a sense of or the further they push back, maybe the judge will be like, "This was years ago." Like I don't know.
I don't know either.
It is a legal strategy. It is a legal strategy lawyers use. I'm not familiar with why.
Someone in the comments who knows more than we do, maybe y'all could clarify. Because also, to me, if the fact that it doesn't explicitly say whether he is or is in jail or not, I guess I think you're right. We should assume he's in jail. All these felony charges.
Well, it could be all those felony charges for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I couldn't make of it. If they keep pushing that, if they keep pushing this court date back, it would be weird to want to sit in jail for that long.
Yeah.
But
because I got the vibes that he was out because he kept pushing this back.
Yeah, he might. I mean, if I didn't catch that he was like pushing his court date back. He might be free. I mean, that's what.
He's definitely living like a free man.
Yeah, I know. I mean, he's clearly ungovernable. He's clearly nigga went into the lion's den and started stealing food from the lion.
Yeah, bro. We're all talk over here. This man is living freely.
He said, "I'm gonna de-weaponize the unarmed police. You know, myself, my own self, one gun at a time. Selling it for $500 too. He got 3 guns for $500. It's a little cheap."
And just doing whatever he wants to do at all, dude, truly unshackled the shackles of his mind first. And then goes on living like in a way, kind of living like a monk. Like there's something almost spiritual about this.
You can't jail this man. His mind is free. They can't free my spirit. They can't chain my spirit down. My mind is free. That's great. That's an enlightened individual.
It is.
Damn. Well.
But shout out this guy. He's a cop of the episode for a thing we're doing for just this one episode.
One of the good ones.
Yeah.
Good apple.
But we will now be heading to our Patreon. So for $5 a month, you could listen to a weekly free bonus episode. We got more fun stuff to cover and, not so fun stuff as well. But either way, letting you know what the police are up to every week. So tune in if you can. Either way, appreciate y'all listening.
Peace.